go public. Good morning. My apologies. I came on and I forgot to go public. Good morning. Are you there? Okay. I'm sorry. I started class, but I forgot to go public. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Prashant, good morning. I'm sorry, ma. It was on private settings, and that's why you couldn't see me. So I just realized that, and Anjali, yeah, I started class and then I said, okay, what am I doing? Why are students not there? Then I realized that, yeah. Okay, good morning. You all come in. Good morning, all of you. Let me start. Abash, good morning. Prashant, Anjali, good morning. Okay, thank you. Kishan, good morning. Yeah. See, see, a project has a beginning and an end. During the beginning, there's an official end, remember. Official closure date, official end. What happens between the beginning and the end? There are, why the end? Because for the end, you have some deliverables or project results that you have to deliver and give. Okay? You have to give some deliverables as per the project management. So when the deliverables are all delivered, then naturally your project can have an end. One second, class. Rima, Yashaswini, good morning. Sanjay, good morning. Bharat, good morning. Nina, good morning. Priksha, good morning. Bring your paper pretty quickly. I'm waiting. Rashid, good morning. Devika, good morning. Shilpi, good morning. Bharati, good morning. Lily, good morning. Yeah. Okay, so I was telling you a project has some deliverables between the beginning and the end. There are some deliverables. Okay, now these once the deliverables are given, delivered, or whatever, then what happens? Your project can officially close. All right, your project can officially close. Now, for this project to close, between the beginning and the end, there are certain tasks and activities which lead to the deliverables. You could say means to an end. So when you have this for the time of tasks and activities, the time spent, it has to be managed efficiently, and this is time management. Okay, project time management is the management of the time spent and the progress made on achieving the project tasks and activities. Okay, now I'm taking a lot of material from a website of Project Management Institute with grateful acknowledgement to them. If you go into PMI Institute, PMI Project Management Institute website, you get a lot of good material. They have this thing. My acknowledgement to them. I have used a lot of material from them because they give. I like their material. All right. Amrin, good morning. Maiwan, good morning. Lakshmi, good morning. Yeah, Zulfati, good morning. All right. Now, good morning. Yeah, everyone start with a very nice smile. Okay. Now, according to Project Management Institute, there are certain some functions which you have to accomplish in project time management. Basically, I would say that time management requires planning. Okay, once you plan what to do, how to do, etc., then you have to schedule when to do it. All right. After scheduling, you have to monitor it. How is it going on? And finally, is it done well or not? So, four activities in project time management: planning, scheduling, monitoring, and controlling. Now, I'm going to do each one of these activities for you so you can understand. Teja, good morning. Lily. Thank you, Lily. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to the next slide. I've given you the slides on the WhatsApp group. Yeah. Have I given you? Yeah, I think I've sent. So, a project by definition has an official end date. In order to meet this date, every project has to have a schedule. Okay, and every project manager needs to manage their own time and the time of the team to ensure that the schedule is met. Okay. Now, there are basically seven main processes. Actually, six. The first one is, doesn't actually come with others, but you see this. Shririsha, good morning. Okay, you see this. The first one of the main processes, this is the first one, plan, schedule, management. Okay, you need to manage your schedule. For example, you see the questions I've given here. This is, as I said, my humble acknowledgement to Project Management Institute. This is from their website. What software or what tools will you use? See, software you understand. Tools you will say, what tools, ma'am? Hammer or screwdriver? No, these are not the tools. These are management tools of brainstorming, discussions, review meetings. These are the tools that we use in project management. I repeat, the tools we use is brainstorming, meetings, roundtable meetings, discussions, panel discussions, expert opinion, review meetings. All these are the tools that you use. So what software or what tools are you going to use? Okay. Then who will be responsible for the software or the tools? Like who is responsible, how to handle it, the process, the procedure, etc. Then how often will the schedule be reviewed? This is very important, as I have told you before, and I'm reiterating. You have to be very careful about the review meetings. Review meetings are necessary. Like I always tell you, control is necessary. For control, what do? Compare the actuals with the standard set. So your plan, if when your standard is set and the actuals actually happen, is it okay? Is what you have to check. And this is achieved by, and then in the review meetings also, review meetings are also part of the control process. Okay. Now the next one is, what controls will be put in place to ensure everyone stays on schedule. For example, you have a tool like the Gantt chart. I taught you the Gantt chart. So if the Gantt chart and the smaller Gantt charts, Roshan, good morning, and the smaller Gantt charts are exhibited in every department or in the project management office, then what happens? Automatically, people will look at that Gantt chart and say, oh, these activities have to be done before the review meeting, we have to report, etc., etc. Even the reports, you can make a Gantt chart. For the activities, you can make a Gantt chart. For everyone's activities, each one can have a Gantt chart. Is that clear? Okay. Now, next slide. Come to the next slide. I think slide number 3 it is. Yeah. You have to define your activities. Once you have your time management plan, you have to identify and define all of your project activities. See, the work breakdown structure comes here. I have already explained to you. One work breakdown structure generally means 40 working hours. All right, 40 working hours. Now, suppose you have, I have explained to you before also, so I will not go deep into it. Exactly for the foundation of the building, 8 weeks. For raising the wall, 12 weeks. And then for plastering, 4 weeks, something like that we had, and we had come to 48 weeks, etc., etc. Project of building the auditorium. Shruti, good morning, sweetheart. So our project of building the auditorium would have been about 1 year or 48 weeks. I have taught you before. If any of you have missed, go back to my video on Facebook. It is available. And see my previous classes. I think in class 8 or class 7 or 9. Between 7, 8, 9, I have explained how to do work breakdown structures. Now, these work breakdown structures, WBS, help to define activities and tasks within a project. Major milestones could also be determined. Major milestones, like the milestone would be finishing the foundation. Another milestone would be raising the walls. Another milestone would be plastering. Alright, another milestone could be finishing the electric work. Another milestone could be finishing the tarmacking of the, tarmacking all around, and of the basement, and of the, car parking area, something like this. Girish, good morning. Okay, so all this could be the issues, alright. So there could be milestones. This is done, one milestone achieved, like that. So major milestone should be determined. Then sequence the activities. Like in network modeling, I taught you. Unless activity A is done, you cannot do activity B. Even in project management, in my initial classes, I've taught you which project. See, for example, if activity A is doing the foundation, unless you build the foundation, you cannot raise the walls. The raising the structure would be activity B, imagine, on a large scale, because raising the structure has so many smaller activities. Let's talk on a larger scale, and then you can break this up into smaller activities. That is different. As I told you, we build a context diagram in the large sense, and then each of these activities could have its own small activities. That is different. Okay, Sujan, good morning. Okay. So here, there we are. Sequence the activities. Like, unless you build the foundation, you cannot raise the structure. So it is just building the foundation is a preceding activity for raising the structure. The predecessor of raising the structure is building the foundation. The follower of building this follower activity of the foundation, building the foundation or raising is the following activity of building the foundation is the raising the structure. Alright, so there's a predecessor, there's a follower event or activity. Okay, now sequence the activities. Once you know that all the tasks must be completed, you can sequence them with a network diagram. I've taught you networking network diagram in the last semester in operations research, and you have submitted assignments also, so you will be aware of them. Alright. Now, in case you missed and you want to know, go back to Facebook. Facebook has kindly given us this facility of keeping the videos. So you can go back and search for my video. You will be able to get network diagram. I have taught you with pen and paper also. It is very easy. You see the introduction part, you will understand. Suppose you missed it. All right. Now, next slide. Come to the next slide. What do you do next? You estimate the resources. Resources could be people, often refers to the people, or it could be funding, all right, or procured resources. So you understand what is resources. So you have to identify which tools. I explained to you what tools, management tools, like how I explained to you, brainstorming, expert opinion, having a roundtable meeting, review meeting, and all these are, these are the tools what you use for, doing the project management. We're not talking of tools of digging, excavator and all that. We're talking about management tools. And then materials that you need to build the auditorium. This is our favorite project now. And then please, when I say a project, you think of the auditorium itself, because in my mind it is set that I'm talking about the auditorium. My example will go on the in the same lines. Okay. Then which tools, materials, systems. All right. What systems to use? It could be communication systems also. All right. Budget and other resources you will need for each task to be completed. So we have identified the activities, we have sequenced the activities, we have estimated the resources so far. Next, you estimate durations. With the work breakdown structures, you can see, what tasks have to be completed and what you need to accomplish them. Sabin, good morning. Yeah, what you need to accomplish them. So you can say how long it takes. Like I said, foundation 8 weeks, for example, like that. Sometimes you can use the PERT. Alright. You can use the PERT. I've taught you CPM and PERT, critical path method, and program evaluation review technique. I will not go into it because I've already taught you in operations research. Now you come to slide 6. Develop the project schedule. This can be done by inputting all your activities, durations, start and end dates, sequencing, relationships. You can use a scheduling software also. The Gantt chart will be automatically, when you put in, all your inputs should be all your dates and the requirements, and your output could be a Gantt chart also, right? Control the schedule. Once the schedule is created, it needs to be monitored. So controlling is simply having a standard and comparing the standard with the actuals. So as I said, there can be negative deviation or there can be positive deviation. If there is positive deviation, you have done something well, so you find out what you have done well, so you can use those same similar techniques to do better. Or if you haven't done well, then what have you done, what could you do to improve? Maybe the people need training, or simply they need a definition of their scope again. People may not understand the definition of their scope. Okay, let's go on to slide number 7. This is a general general opinion. Like, see, I taught you 10 sub areas or 10 knowledge areas of project management. Now, out of this, it is said that 6 are most important because they are the hard factors. Then there are soft factors. The hard ones are HRM, and that also some people say it's a soft factor. HRM, cost management, time management, communications management, scope management, and quality. Now, within this, everything else has to be achieved. Okay, you look at this, the first one, a major. To achieve all these 6 functions, everything else like integration management, scope management, time, cost, quality, all of it is integration management makes all of it together. Now we'll go on. Since I have explained pretty well before of all this, I will go on pretty fast. In case you feel I need to go slower, let me know, because this I dwelling too much on all these, the thing will be a little not so interesting for you. And then remember, class, I have given you a lot of material here. I've given you a lot of material here. You do not need to go into any other textbook, etc. For this. I've given you, like, I've filled the slides with material. So when you need to study, you can study from this. Now let us look at the time management function. Continue with the next slide, slide 8. Mahesh, good morning. Yeah, good morning. It is called, we are going into time management function. Attempting to define the time management function is a difficult task if you do not do definition, and if you don't understand the meaning of time management. So go on. It is said it is an agonizing process unless you understand what it is. An attempt, wait. So we will go on. This 2 slides are only for you. Come to slide number 11. So as I said before, we have basically 4 main activities in time management: planning, scheduling, monitoring, and controlling. I have given you a cute little diagram which says time management and all the 4, it's a cute little organization chart. It's a line diagram. Okay, now come to the next slide, planning. Planning consists of identification of the intention of the project management group with respect to the steps they intend to follow towards the execution of the project. See, you have to do the project. It is the execution of the project that is important. Alright. So how you what is in their mind, how to execute the project is important, and accordingly you have to plan. Basically, it includes what the project management group intends to do, how it will be done, and what will be used to do it. I'll tell you in a simple way. Planning is what to do, when to do, how to do it. Okay. Planning is, then you have organization, who is to do it. So in the next slide you have a time management function. Okay, in that whatever is given there I'm explaining here. So planning, you have this project objectives. Project objectives will have, see, I have to do this within this stipulated time, and it should be like this. There are specifications. Whatever we do, this is what we are doing. This is how we are doing. This is within what time we are doing, and how should it be when you deliver it. How should it be? So when I told you in simple terms, I have considered time, cost, quality. All this I have this thing. So these are the project objectives. Then next one is time management scope. Whose responsibility? See, this is simple. In terms of principles and practices of management, We have talked about planning. Now we are coming to organizing. Who is going to do it? All right. And then you have constraints. It's going to rain. People are not going to come. There will be power outage. All right. Maybe money may not be released in time. So there are constraints, and general sequencing has to be done. All right. Now next you come to milestones for control. All right. Milestones for control, like for example, I'm supposed to finish the foundation of the building in 4 weeks. Sorry, 8 weeks. That was our time, no? 8 weeks. Have I done it? If I have not done it, why have I not done it? Very stochastic, uncontrollable factors that cause this, or is it controllable factors? Is it a problem, management problem? Mismanagement problem? Something like this. 1 minute. Yashaswini, good morning. Why are you clapping for me? Divya, Chaitra, good morning. Yeah. Yashaswini, don't talk to me. I called you 3 times. You were busy. I wanted you to send the PowerPoint online. Then I had to call Anjali and she did it for me. To whom were you talking so long? When ma'am calls you, you have to shut down your phone and say, I'm going to attend ma'am's phone first. I won't call for silly reasons, isn't it? I wanted to start the class in time. Yeah? Yeah. See class, on the 7th, 8th and 9th, Bangalore University is organizing an international conference. It is called Science Fiction Congress. Each department is given the freedom to give the papers regarding our own, like management department. So we have gathered some papers. Some of you have told me that you will send in papers. Please do that immediately. There's no time. Today is already the 1st. We don't have time. So send it very soon, or at least contact me if you need some help. I'll help you. All right. Now, what we have done is, between commerce and management, we have about 12 sessions, and 6 sessions have been taken over for commerce and 6 sessions for management. So I have identified 6 speakers who are going to be speaking for about 40 to 45 minutes. They are from all over the world. Now, the next thing we have from India and all over the world, prominent speakers who can do well. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is, I want some of you who can speak well. These speakers have sent in their resumes. These resumes have to be read out online in order to introduce these people. So I'm looking for my students who can do this. I've called up Pavan this morning, and I have also told Yashaswini and told them to contact Rashid, because you're the class reps, and give me names of those of you who are willing to talk online effectively. You have to read out you have 2 or 3 tasks to do. Each session I will give you, one of you, responsibility. You will have to say this session is so and so, and you have to read the introduction of the speaker. Excuse me. Introduction of the speaker. And then we put in a recording because of the time difference and all that. In the US, they are, if it is 10 a.m., it is 10 p.m. at night. So when it is 2 p.m. for us, we cannot expect them to stay up at 2 a.m. in the night and give their speech. So a recorded version will be sent to us soon, and we are going to put the speech. And after the speech is over, we are going to have the vote of thanks. Now, I want you all to do the introduction, 1 person, the vote of thanks, 1 person. Since I have 6 speakers, I require about 12 people to handle the sessions. Those of you who can speak very well can please, Mithun, good morning, can please contact Pavan, Yashaswini or Rashid or me, and we will meet on Friday, and I will expect you, to do the needful. Also, I will expect all of you to log in and listen to be the participants for the session. All right. About the participation money and all, I will let you know later on. I don't think as students you will require to log in. We will arrange for that. All right. Others will have to log in with the amount paid. So currently stand in for me. Okay, now I'll continue. See, the next slide says milestones for control. For example, I'll not go into the details. You understood already. The review meeting will determine whether the milestone, I told you what is milestone, finishing the foundation in 8 weeks, raising the structure in say 12 weeks. All these are milestones. There might be smaller milestones, for example. You remember, if I'm going to say, I give you an example of 8 feet foundation in 8 weeks means, imagine the first week you have to go, imagine, you have to go, you have to dig, say, so much or something like that. 1 foot of digging should be over, maybe something like that. Smaller milestones to achieve the larger milestone of finishing the foundation. All right. The largest milestone is the auditorium itself. So, between parts of it. Okay. So, milestones, methods and procedures like time management techniques has, you can have network diagrams, you can have bar charts, computerized computations, data collection, analysis, reports give you the data, all right, analyze the data, how what has happened, that's what, user reports, management reports, all this, okay. Then authority and responsibility, who has the authority, who has the responsibility. uh, See, you have a big context diagram and you have a smaller, explode the diagram into smaller diagrams, okay. It could be diagrams, entity relationship diagrams, it could be smaller network diagrams, network within a network. All this is possible. All right. Then let's go on. I think most of this you will understand. I would like to go on into the next slide. Next, we will go into scheduling. The content of scheduling is the recognition of realistic time and resource restraints, which will influence the execution of the plan. Alright. In reality, what will we take? Ideally, ideal situation everybody cannot fulfill. Alright. So a normal person can have some trouble, like, everyone needs a lunch break, they require tea breaks, they require rest break maybe. If the work is very hard, you cannot expect manual labor to go on and on and on. Maybe if you're having a excavator, maybe the excavator, the person who runs the excavator cannot come for a particular day, something like this, absenteeism, a lot of things are there. So in reality and ideal situations are different. So in scheduling, you have to understand, recognize the realistic time. It could be said that a plan represents how one intends to execute a project without regard to when the project will be executed. But scheduling does this. All right. We have come to the next slide, please. We are already in slide number 18. You have a beautiful diagram of scheduling. And here, come to slide 19. It says you have to determine, excuse me, the real time, excuse me, all right, input restraints, input priorities, etc., etc., all this. Then you come to slide number 20. You don't have to go into so much detail because project management is only modules of from two modules of the whole thing. So just handle this, all right. And then you have you can have graphs, documentation, all this helps in the scheduling. I have explained in many ways, so I don't want to waste too much time on this. Let's come to the monitoring part. This should be slide, I think, what slide? Next slide. I can't get the slide numbers. So monitoring, see, unless the plan and scheduling are in motion, you can't do monitoring. All right. So the first two have to happen. So it has been, monitoring is not complete unless it includes some recognition of the effect of future plans. All right. So you understand what is monitoring. Come to the next slide. I have told you in many terms, comparing the actuals with standards. That's all is monitoring. All right. you have come to the next two slides, that is up till slide 25. I have given you all the little nitty-gritties involved in monitoring. Now we come to the next slide, control. Control is an important function of time management function. It is also not only time management function, it is a sub-function of many functions. Without control, management cannot manage. Alright, management, Pavan, good morning. Control is very necessary. Control contains as its composition the components of control are, you have to recognize what has been happening, what are the results, if negative. I repeat, actuals with the standards. If the actuals are better than the standards, positive deviation. How could it be? It would be like we have done well. Benchmarking can be done for you. Suppose your actuals are not as good as the standards, very badly, then there is negative deviation. How is it negative deviation? Why? What was the reason? So correct it so that you come up, right? These are the thing. And then you have on slide 27 a nice chart, followed by 3 slides up till stage 30, up till slide 30 of what you are going to achieve. Now next you come to the plan and schedule diagram. You can you can see it. Whatever I have said comes very beautifully in this. All right. Okay. Okay. Now today I actually made so many slides thinking I'll take a long class, but I have completed what I wanted to say. So I will stop class. Before that, I want to review. See, planning, scheduling, monitoring, and controlling are the 4 functions of time management. As MBA students, I have explained to you in PowerPoints, and there is detailed explanation of this time management, much more than what I have actually told you. So this is for you to understand. Once you understand and fix it in your mind, project time management is not something that I can ask you for 10 marks. It will be usually a 5 marks question. So if you are answering a 5 marks question, you have to explain that project time management is simply the scheduling of project activities and tasks. So when do you do this tasks and activities? Or you could say like this: a project has a beginning date and an ending date. The project ending date is determined by the deliverance or the giving of the deliverables. Okay, once the deliverables are delivered, your project ends. So how are you going to do the deliverables? Is what and when are you going to do the deliverables? How much time it takes? This is all time management. So you have scheduling and you have to stick to schedule. This is how time management happens. So you have 4 basic activities. You have to plan the activities, plan the tasks, the activities involved. I told you how I've given you some tools and explanation. Then you have to schedule it. Okay, planning what to do, what to do, how to do, etc. is planning. Scheduling is when to do it. Okay, then you have to monitor like what has happened so far, etc. Then you have to controlling is actuals with the standards. All right, so these are the main activities of project time management. If you say explain these things, your answer for time management will be complete. All right, I think I did not expect my class to Madhuling, good morning. I did not expect my class to get over so fast. But then in project management, it will become a little monotonous. All right, I have achieved what I wanted to say. Today was my objective of my class was to do project time management, and I have done that. Tomorrow I will come with one more sub area. It could be possibly I will come with cost or quality management in my next class. I'll teach you. Since the class is getting over pretty fast, then what I'm going to do is in the next class I may take 2 sub areas and teach you. All right. with this, but my intention is you have to understand, and your attention also should be fixed to the class. You cannot take too long a class. All right. Okay, class. See you all then. Enough for today. I'll come according to timetable in my next class. I think it's on Thursday. I have to check again. Okay. Bye then. God bless you. Keep smiling. A big smile for me, please. God bless you. Stay in touch. Bye, Rashid. Bye, everyone.